last constellation I did a few days ago, the part of me that was in my way, that was causing me to feel isolated and lonely and scared to step out into the world, was the around 11-year-old part of me, 11, 12, 13-year-old part of me. I've been noticing this week as I've been trying to build a relationship, stronger relationship with that part of me, been noticing how the age range is from 11 to about 15. And I was also noticing that that was the time when, around 11 was the time when I first wanted to venture out into the world, and I realized I couldn't. Like, I had these rules imposed on me in the house that I just couldn't ride my bike where I wanted to. I couldn't be with friends when I wanted to. And during the summertime, especially when I wasn't in school, I was so isolated, and I began to become sad and feeling. And I think that was the first time I remember feeling alone, and like I wasn't allowed to be with the rest of the people in the world. And then I think that accumulated over the next couple years, and then I did go through a pretty deep depression, and I think around 15. So I have been feeling this, and I think the collective has been feeling this as well. Look at all the mass shootings that have been going on with all these teenagers. That's the same vulnerable time period that these kids are experiencing this horrible, traumatic, deep um, loss. They don't know what to do with themselves at that age. I didn't know what to do with myself at that age. I turned my trauma inward. I was depressed. I became really depressed and isolated and just really beating up on myself. Some of these kids do take it on themselves. Some of them take it and put the onus outwards. So they're harming others. So there's the self-harmers, and then there's others who again harm others. So and I feel like we are really feeling this right now in the collective. I'm Friends are talking to me saying that they're having that part of that traumatized part of themselves, the early teenager coming out, the part that is somewhat suicidal, depressed, and it's holding us back. It's holding us back now, no matter what age we are. 25 years later, it's holding me back. So what we can do in the morphic field is bring that part out and start to build a relationship with that part. Start to transform that part from a hindrance, from blocking us on our life path, from making us feel like crap, depressed, lonely. And honestly, that part of me doesn't really want to live. That part of me is really depressed. That part of me just kind of shrugs her shoulders and says, I'm done. Like, what's the point? So the point is to, you know, honor that part of me, because it is going to be a part of me. It's a part of me until the day I die. So I either can ignore it and just kind of hope it doesn't come up and surface that often, or I can let it surface and actually work with her, see what that part of me actually wants, see how I can connect with that part of me and give her what she wants that she couldn't have at that age, because that part of me is still that age inside of me, and it's still acting out the same way it acted out age 11, age 12, 13, 14, 15. So um, with that, let's enter the field. And I've already dropped into the space, so I'm going to go ahead and start by writing me now. So this is me in the present moment. I'm just going to bring me now into the constellation, intuiting where I want me now to face. I'm just going to put me now here. And I'm going to place my hand onto me now to channel the energy and information of me now. Again, starting to feel further, more deep into my body, more aware of my surroundings, more uh, intense and intent. Okay. So again, I did the transformation last week and uncovered the part of me that was blocking me. And I'm going to actually bring 11-year-old Megan back in. Um, and again, like I said, this part of me was kind of shifting throughout the week. So sometimes it was like this 11-year-old, and sometimes it was um, the 15-year-old that was really depressed. So this it kind of began, the trauma began at 11 years old. So I'm going to place her in, see where she is now. She does feel like she's looking out. So I'm going to place my hand on her. Immediately, I'm starting to feel that young age. And she feels like she's in her own world, like looking away. I'm feeling into, can she feel this me in the current moment behind her? Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. All right, so when I uncovered this, some of our parts that we uncover and transform in the field take a little bit longer to really build a relationship with. And I was feeling that this week. I was feeling like I didn't really know how to connect with her. She just feels so, look, she's facing out. Last week we did have a communication, and we were partnered, arm in arm, partnered up. She's lost again. She feels alone. She just wants to be by herself. Now, what does she really want is the question. But she's basically saying, I want to be by myself. And I'm fine. I'm actually looking out at the ocean through my window here, and she's basically like, I'm fine looking out at the ocean by myself. Just leave me alone. So I'm starting to feel that sadness. This is sadness coming up in me. As soon as I said, I just want to be alone. So clearly there's this sadness attached to, I just want to be alone. It's not like a healthy spiritual connection. It's just leave me alone. She's our greatest hindrances, the parts of us that are really strong are also our greatest resources. So that's the whole point of bringing up these parts, is to really honor them, honor their experience, and transform them, because they don't, even though she's saying she wants to be left alone, she really doesn't. There's something underneath her that she wants, which is why she's so sad. So we're gonna find out what that is. I'm gonna keep feeling into who she is. So as soon as I said that, there was a lifting of that sadness, a slight lifting of the sadness, because again, that part can hear me speak too. Like there was a perking of the ears, kind of like, hey, it's actually about to be addressed. Okay, so I just remembered back at this age, I just remembered not having anyone to talk to about it, having these emotions, and my parents really didn't understand what I was going through. And so I didn't have anyone to talk to. Eventually, at age, when it finally escalated into a deep, deep depression at age 15, I finally got to go to a counselor where I could talk through my emotions, talk through what I was feeling. But this 11-year-old Maggie was just alone. I didn't even know to talk to my friends about it. I didn't know what to do. I was lost. So again, I can feel it. She wants to talk to someone. So let's feel into what to do here. And again, when you guys are doing your own constellations, you can feel into and intuit based on what part of you is hindering you, is blocking you, and it could be your inner child. It could be any part of you that split from trauma or from a stressful situation and is at that same age. And you can really sense that in you. You can sense those different ages. We all have them. So I'm going to go back to me now. This is me in the present moment. And me now can kind of act as a facilitator too. Okay, so me now is actually wanting to go next to 11-year-old Megan. Okay. How does 11-year-old Megan feel about that? She feels fine. A sense of, hey, we talked last week. That was the feeling I just got. You were there for me last week. Okay. So I didn't think, I did this, we did this constellation transformation. It was about maybe 5 days ago. And I promised this 11-year-old part of me that I was going to be here for her. I knew it was going to be hard and I was going to be here for her. And, that's all we could do during the constellation. I knew she was in a lot of pain. I was feeling that pain. And I was, stressed out, lonely. I had, my friend was out of town who I was doing a lot of activities with, and I had been, things that I had, routine had changed, and I was just feeling really lonely. And this part of me came out. This part of me really further isolated myself, and the world felt scary. And I was just like, what's the point? It was this part of me is still in me, as much as I'm a positive, forward thinking, dynamic leader. I also have this part of me who at times can be triggered to come out. So it's a matter of really honoring this part of me, because she's always going to be there. And so now that she's come up again, awesome. This is an opportunity to go, okay, when you were 11 years old, when I was 11 years old, it didn't get taken care of. And so it really did get suppressed. It really didn't get honored. So now's the opportunity to honor it. What does the 11-year-old Megan actually want? All right, so let's have that conversation. I'm just going to feel into it. So I'm actually asking, what do you want? What is it you really want? And partially I'm asking, and partially I'm listening to my intuition, my inner knowing. So let's see if she'll actually answer me, though. Well, she wants to play. There's a little bit of a hesitation, or an unknowing from her. So she wants to be outside, connected. So I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna ask her, why are you so sad? Why are you so sad? What's making you so sad? She can't be with the others. She can't be with her friends. And that makes sense. So yesterday I went to a fair, street fair, and I brought my dog, and I remembered it was just, the two of us, and I was looking around, watching one of the bands play, and feeling like, oh, I don't know anyone here. And I was feeling kind of like, oh, I wish I had some friends here, and feeling that loneliness that she's feeling. So she was definitely there. Now, that she was there, and she didn't really reach out to talk to anyone. So this part of me wants to reach out and connect and talk to people, but she doesn't know how. So I definitely took her out, and we went to the fair, we walked to the fair. But this part of me, I don't think knows how to get over that block, that barrier of they're separate from me. So, and I'm feeling like this is what feels true for this part. Again, I'm just intuiting this information. So let me see if that does feel true here. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't know how. Okay. So me now. Um, so how can me now? How can I help this part of me cross that barrier? Okay. So the answer is to reach out, and yeah, it can be kind of scary. So will this part of me take a step past that scary part and help the 11-year-old Megan? Because that's what she wants, and she just got it. I just felt there was an excitement coming from her. I can feel that when I'm channeling here. I can feel what's next to me. So if this part of me, and I'm actually hesitating saying it is a little scary for me at times, because this when this part of me is in control, when this, she gets frightened by other people. I can be the most gregarious, outgoing person, but when she's in charge of me, guess what? Other people seem scary and threatening. Um, it doesn't matter. I mean, I go on stage and I perform improv. I was class clown. I could be the life of the party, but it doesn't matter if this part of me is in control. Others feel scary to me. Like I feel separate. 9 out of 10 times I don't feel that way, but guess what? This is what's been going on lately. It's been in the collective. It's been that this traumatized preteen has been, however that is for everyone, has been in the forefront, ready to be healed. So I'm gonna promise her that. I'm gonna promise that when I feel you come up, when I feel you show yourself, and you want to connect, and I can feel that, and when we feel separate, then I'm going to help you get across that barrier. I'm actually going to reach out. All right. I also just intuited. Same thing with men. I hesitate when there's, I'm single and I'm starting to look again for men, and I've been really focused on my business, and it's like, okay, time to start looking again and opening up more. And I've noticed lately that I don't stop at that barrier anymore. Actually been going up to yesterday I was like, oh, cute dog. Normally I probably wouldn't do that. I would kind of shy away. So that's this part of me that feels separate and gets scared. And I feel like an 11-year-old when this cute guy comes up to me, or this cute guy shows up in the same room. I feel 11 years old. So again, that's this part of me, and this part of me can't get past that. She's scared. She's like scared to death. She can't get past that state. So guess what? There's no connection to these men who I'm attracted to because I turned into 11-year-old. So here we go. So this is what I'm promising this 11-year-old, because that's what she wants, is she needs help. So I promise you that I'm gonna take us past that state right then. I'm gonna take a step and connect. I'm gonna risk everything. I'm gonna risk feeling like a fool. I'm gonna risk feeling embarrassed. I'm going to risk actually making a connection and actually meeting people too. All that fear, which is false evidence appearing real, all that fear, I'm gonna take a step through. And I'm getting excited about doing that because I just know that that's what she wants, and that's what I want. I mean, that is what I want. So let's see how 11-year-old Maggie feels about this. She's glad she's glad she's not doing it. She's glad she's not the one that has to just take a step through her fear. Like, she's glad it's not just her. I just had the sensation of her interlocking arms with me now, and almost like two friends together. This is really good. Almost like two friends together, and this friend is pulling this one towards the cute guy, and she's smiling, like cracking a smile as she's doing it, and like, here, my friend likes you. Okay, that completely got this one uplifted out of her funk. She's a little stubborn. She actually feels about 13 right now. So in the field, sometimes these ages can change and morph. She feels about 13. I think that reference of the boys, the men, made her about 13. When I was a little shy at that time. There was a time period where I wasn't shy with the boys, and then I think I became shy, stemming from this 11-year-old traumatic time for me. All right, so what else? I want to see what else, because again, this week I wasn't really sure how to help this part of me. I knew she was in the driver's seat. I knew I was really present to her, and I didn't really know how to help. So that's why I wanted to drop into the field today to go, okay, well, how can I help you? What can I do? All right, so taking a step and leaning into, I mean, why not? I'm excited to do this, say hi to the cute guy instead of turning away, all embarrassed. Again, that 11-year-old. All right, well, how else can I help you? How else can I be here for you? And I'm just intuiting if there's anything else. It's basically just help me. I just need help. She needs support. She needs guidance. She needs support. And okay, again, this part is what's been really in the driver's seat lately for me. Same with with my business. I've been kind of shy and a little bit. I'm Let's just say that I've taken another step on my life path, and this is why this part showed up, by the way. And man, I've been almost like a deer in the headlights, because it's like I know, standing in the shoes of my future self, I know what to do. It's just there's been this little bit of a gap in between. So I've been kind of here. So that's why she's come up, because I've been um I don't know exactly what to do. I'm scared. Okay, I'll take this step. I'm scared. So what she wants is support. Fear is great. Fear is telling me that I'm in uncharted territory, and that that's what I want, is to be able to feel that thrill, and that oh my God, I've never done this before. This is scary. That's invigorating to me. And so now I can self-support and go, okay, yes, this is scary. You're completely altering part of your business, and this is who you are. You're increasing your value. You're increasing your who you know yourself to be, your worth for you and your clients. And that can be a little daunting, because you have to get rid of old conversations about yourself, and that can be scary. This part of you doesn't doesn't part of me that doesn't see the whole value of herself. She can't run the show anymore. That's not who you are. That's not who I am, and that's not who others are to me either. So that's why this part showed up. And now she needs support. She needs support to really to move along, to move on our path with us. All right, so let's just see if there's anything else. And I always like to put support into the field. And that's exactly what I want to do right now, is put my future self. My future self is always in my field, whether or not I'm placing her in the actual constellation. So where is she? Guess what? My future self wants to support. Okay. And again, I'm just intuiting. She wants to support the 11-year-old Megan from beside. So this immediately felt like a linking of the arms. I just got the chills. Linking of the arms, like, hey, I'm gonna help you. My future self isn't always arm in arm. Sometimes my future self is a forward on my life path. She's basically wanting to do this as a team. What else is there? Like, I'm going to support you. I'm going to pull you forward. We're going to all take a step together. This is like sisters to me, like three sisters. This is very beautiful. Like, I'm going to help too. Like you need help, and I'm here to help. Totally getting the chills right now. How does 11-year-old Megan feel about this? Supported. Moved. Like, she feels really moved. Happy. Like, finally someone's helping. Because this is what Maggie wanted. This is what I wanted when I was 11, was someone to help. Someone wise. I didn't know who to turn to back then. So now I feel like I've got someone wise over here, and then someone helping me in the moment, day to day in the moment. Like, both of these are helping me. This feels like a higher self, like goddess to me. And this feels like a partner, like a friend, like a best friend. That feels great. And I want to put my ancestors behind me as well. My ancestors are always in my field, supporting me. And I invite them to really support 11-year-old Megan, because she could use it. So channeling my ancestors of strength, support. So if they're feeling like, feels like a wall behind me of support. So how is it feeling for 11-year-old Megan? The sensation is of being held up, lifted up. Like I matter. 11-year-old Megan matters. And people actually care about me. I didn't realize until just this very moment how much she didn't feel like anyone cared about her. Wow. So I'm feeling this as I'm sitting in my chair. Like, I didn't realize that this part of me didn't think people cared about me. And now I know people care about me. It's like a realization. I just had the sensation of I'm ready to do this. Let's do what we got to do. So before, she was just so not present, and now she's ready, and ready to take a step forward. Actually, I'm actually gonna do that. So on my life path, we're going to take a step forward. She's wanting to do it, then we're going to do it too. All right. Let's see how that feels. Feels good. Wasn't too scary. Feels solid. And she feels solid, and it feels like linked arms and arm in arm, with this support behind me. And it feels good to stand where I'm standing. Awesome. All right. I'm going to end it here. Thank you to the field for this actually rather powerful constellation today, and I can tell already that, again, this was a big one this past week. Normally, when I do a transformation in the field, I immediately there's this relationship built, and this week was tough. I didn't really know what she wanted, even though I had uncovered her in the field last week. I didn't really know what she wanted. Now I'm clear. I think I needed another week or so in life to experience her, because she's been driving for a couple weeks now. She's been driving myself in the driver's seat, if you will, for a few weeks now. So now I got clear on what to do and how to build this relationship. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. Hope you guys got something out of this and can do your own constellation now.